Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am back. Sorry for the last few days. Just I haven't been present. There was like this work trip thing, so that's sorted now. And I'm actually here. So we've got today a best of 5 show match between Levatus and Don Hyperion to kick things off with. This is gonna be very, very nice. And they're currently setting up their first match. We're gonna be doing a best of 5 here, and then at the end of the stream I'll do a short segment of Roblox, our sponsor for today, which you can play 15 minutes of, or above 15 to make sure it works, and then that will support the channel as well. Thanks very much for considering, but our first map should be good to go, and it's gonna be Jungle Crossroads. Let's hit it. Actually, they were not ready to kick this off, so they're kicking it off now. Give me a moment here, and then we'll jump right in. They were debating whether to do cross-map spawns on Jungle Crossroad, but I think they're gonna do the standard set. So they're gonna be close spawns in this one. Good to see Legend and Fallen in the chat already, as well as Jedi Knight Anakin. Ooh, they're playing random. That's cool. Well, they'll get something out of that. Legend is always betting on the elf abuse. Alright, let's hit it. Oh, I don't need to be in this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a best of 5 SpellForce free show match here in the pink color. We have got Levatus playing as the humans, going in with that Wolfguard commander. And on the other side of Jungle Crossroads, we've got Don Hyperion going elves. Well, actually they both went random, but this is what they got. And the hero here is the Archdruid. So, you know, the Archdruid will be interested in going up to as high a level as possible. If level 6 is obtainable, Don Hyperion will want to go for it, whereas the Wolfguard commander is going to be more about early aggression. So you can already see her getting sent in this general direction of Don Hyperion's base. This time the guys didn't go for the cross spawns, which would have put Don Hyperion, instead of here, he would have been up here. That's something that people like to do a lot these days, but this time they didn't go for it. It's all about what you do in the lobby. Ooh, that Guardian might get killed over there if not careful. The Wolfguard commander is very slightly faster, but it would take a long time to chase that down. So the Guardian gets away for now. But somebody needs to deal with this Wolfguard commander, otherwise she gets into the tree lines. And we'll be cutting down the woodcutters. Or at the very least force a little bit of belling action. Levatus manages to save that scout against the Archdruid. Very nicely done. And I think what Don Hyperion wants to do here is make the Revenants mad and draw the Wolfguard commander in there, considering that she's a level lower than the Archer, she can do far less damage at the moment. But if the Skellies both attack the Archer alongside the Wolfguard Commander, it's much harder, of course. Anyway, so far so good. The extra base of Levatus's has the Stonecutter, but its workers have been unassigned for safety purposes, as there's a little bit too much action here for them right now. And Donapir is doing a really good job just picking off these human workers and causing mayhem in general. Another nice hit coming through. Let's see if Levatus is upgrading worker armor. Yes, he is. That will increase HP a little bit. Ooh, all 4 woodcutter workers are down. And Don Hyperion is looking for more at the merchant. Let's see what he's trying to buy. That was just pots, right? Yeah, he just bought some of the potions. So Levatus will have fewer in this game in general. But you do have to remember there are additional merchants here in the middle areas. There is one. And there isn't a match for him. So it's not like entirely mirrored. But there are merchants up here. There's merchants over here. So, you know, losing out on some potions is not the end of the world. Definitely not. Levatus actually picked up the guard totem as he wants to do a lot of damage to this Archdruid. And so far, so good with that. But the Archdruid does very quickly eliminate it. More workers have been killed. At least 6-7 workers so far. And the Stonecutter building has been destroyed as well. And the scouting post is taking significant damage as well. Definitely the harassment of Don Hyperion is doing way more work than that of Levatus did earlier. We've got a Shrine of Growth here with woodcutting and a grove. This is a hunting cabin over there. 2 more workers ready to go whenever. And some gold left back here would have been useful for the Archdruid. But for now, these heroes are staying on low XP, on low levels, because, well, the workers, they don't give you a whole lot of experience, right? So, yeah, just looking to economically destabilize each other, really. That's all that this is. Got Commander getting a little bit over here. Can she get both these bandits and the XP from the Skellies? Because that would put her firmly into level 3. But of course, Don Hyperion is not going to be idle here. It's very easy to take on the undead. And then there's a bandit camp right here that Levatus just wouldn't have access to. So it's going to take a longer time for Levatus definitely to catch up in terms of experience overall. It's interesting to see Don Hyperion actually upgrading that sector up there. Bandits getting cleared out. And we are seeing a little bit of harassment from this Guardian, but I don't think that is going to work out. It should be easy enough for the Wolfguard Commander to do a teleport, a Shadow Strike over there. And that's gone down now as well. Level 4 is achieved by the Archdruid. Still level 3 for the Wolfguard Commander. It's not even 3.5 yet. And of course, the Archdruid can start working on the Revenants as well. Ooh, Guardian getting sent in. Probably Don Hyperion would be best off just working on the Skellies at this point. Ah, he loses the Guardian finally. But it was creating quite a bit of chaos over here. Levatus has some decent resources now, so should be able to keep upgrading his sectors. Don Hyperion, however, stealing even this one. That is very ballsy. But it will take away some raw meat from Levatus. Then again, he's got plenty over here. So that's really not a problem. Don has to be pretty close to level 5 already. These bandits definitely won't be doing the job for that. But eventually he's got to go after these Revenants anyhow. Let's see if Levatus can get some of these middle sectors, as they unlock the Godstones in the middle, so it gives you a whole lot of mobility, and there's 4 of them. So if you control Soul 4, that's crazy. Highly doable though. doesn't seem too concerned about the merchant bases or the big iron bases. He just wants his level 5 now. Let's see if he can get himself a level 6 though. It should be possible. Levatus is going into Don Hyperion territory there, but maybe he can get the corner base and then just teleport out with the Godstone. That could be pretty good. Ooh, Don Hyperion actually loses one of the Guardians despite all the healing attempts. His Archer is getting pretty low as well, but he's got potions for days. It's gonna be fine. And with level 5 now done, of course that means that he's got Alan's Wrath. He's got 2 points in Brute Force. He does have Obliterate as well. And 2 points in Deep Waters. Wolfguard Commander's getting some flags done over here. But she will be forced back out of there. I think we're gonna pause here for like 5 to 10 seconds because the lag situation will just get worse if we don't. A little bit of an attack on the grove here going on with the infantrymen. But guess what? The Guardians are a little bit better at this. Ooh, swapping into ranged mode there so that they don't have to move. Interesting. Nice little pullback macro on that Guardian. The base is already nearly halfway down. Wolfguard Commander comes over, but she's just level 3. If Don Hyperion just picked up his meme beam, he could annihilate this hero so easily, but he didn't. He went for the AoE. Not really able to make great use of that just yet. And overall, the Frontier Post is doing a pretty good job staying alive, although it's not getting repaired just yet. Ooh. And we had a little burst heal, but several of the Guardians are getting picked off, and honestly, Levatus is doing a great job with that. Still no repair on the Frontier outpost though, which is really strange. But with both the Wolfguard Commander and the Infantryman getting to work, this doesn't look too bad for them. A little Wombo combo in there, and the Arbalists are gonna be going down. The Frontier outpost is now finally being repaired, but is it too little too late? Ooh, it is. It is, but hey, that's a lot of infantrymen all of a sudden. However, the barracks being knocked out should put a stop to that for now. Yeah, the reason there was no repair was that Levatus had no wood, of course. Fallen in the chat is correct. But then again, he was making Arbalists. That was, I think, avoidable. Just don't make Arbalists, make more infantrymen, and then you get to repair. Royal Flag trying to be rebuilt. Tier 2 has been in for the elves for a little bit, and supposedly we'll soon get the Iron Mine transition. A little bit of that is being built up, but very slowly. 3 for now. No more. So many dead Guardians. But hey, as long as the elves take over, they'll also be taking over the resources dropping out of the barracks, both from the building's destruction and whatever food was in there. This infantryman is nearly done, so that's like an entire infantryman's worth of food. Levatus forgot his pots as well. Looking for some extra bases now. He's trying to rebuild the barracks. No tier 2 for him just yet. Then again, it's not as important for the humans to do so. Tier 2 is much more important for the elves. Oh, look at this guy. Sneaky. Stealing both pots. Sure, you'll be losing some health and definitely has to chug the potion, but it's okay. As long as Levatus doesn't get it, he's fine here. Guardian's getting picked off again. Great job with that Wolfguard Commander. Very nice micro, definitely from Levatus. Got 4 barracks up at the moment. See if Levatus can put together some more, but I doubt it. Still no tier 2 come. Oh wait, is that 6 barracks? Wow, he's spamming a lot, definitely. More iron mines coming in. And that should mean that we're transitioning into protectors very soon for Don Hyperion. I wonder if he'll bother to protect this base. It's not upgraded or anything, but hey, elven bases are valuable. Should probably go for it. There's still some revenants here, what? Okay, that's wild. Well, they should be relatively easy pickups as well, but if the human army comes around, it's obviously not that simple. Levatus is here to create some chaos, and yeah, he in fact will be taking over all that XP, it seems. Maybe level 5 for the Wolfguard commander is not too far out. Little hit squad of Guardians and the Protector are going around now. And these Guardians will be a lot more resistant to pierce attacks. Normally they're just 25%, but these guys are going to be 45%, so that's pretty sick. Might be even able to take down that scouting post before one Guardian dies. That's sick. Arcane Smithy is coming out, ready for some upgrading of Protectors, I think. Got a mix of Wardens and Wanderers coming in also. And he's going for the next base right away. Humies are going to try to protect this. Wolfguard Commander still doesn't have items, neither does Don Hyperion's hero. The Archdruid also has like 9k in the bank. Not spending the gold. Obliterate hitting these guys pretty good. And these Guardians are just melting away, but... Oh, the Wombo combo! It's time for the Arbalist to also melt away. Oh, man. Levatus really ate the bullet there. It's level 6 for the Archdruid. Very difficult from here to stop them. Man, the humans had such a good start to this engagement, just picking off all those Guardians, but I think they really made a mistake coming here. You know, there was this whole entire other army, and they're doing a good job picking off Don Hyperion's bases. But if they had only been together, much more progress could have been done, I think, and it would have prevented the Archer from getting level 6. Now he's just buying a potion, a bunch of potions, and the Heart of the Bear level 3, selling one more. Just doesn't have enough for the next pot. Don Hyperion now on 92 pop. And Savage Blows is nearly upgraded, so these Protectors will be able to do AoE damage from there. The Elves are around to do some work. Humies are only now getting to tier 2, so no iron just yet. Which means the Infantrymen will stay very basic for very long. This really justifies the Protector spam. You don't really need to go into Wardens and Wanderers just yet. A strong front line of those girls can do so much. And I think it's totally fine for Don Hyperion to just keep going through these bases one by one. I'm sure there's going to be counterattacks, and he will lose bases as well, but Levatus has fewer bases to begin with. Look at Don Hyperion, he's just dominating the map right now. Wolfguard Commander is getting on top of some of these Guardians again. Doing some great damage there. Do we have the Mean Beam? Yes, we do. Oh, she was already out of range, so that didn't do anything. Now the Wombo combo comes through, melting down what's left of some of those infantrymen. And that's another base takeover for Don Hyperion. very comfortably mowing down these humans. I don't think this game is going very well for Levatus at all. I really like this multi-pronged harass though, but he just gets caught again. I guess this group has a chance to turn around and take down the flags before they become bases. Oh, this is already a base. Put the ballista out. Where are these guys going? They just kind of stood still. Heart of the Forest never got into play, really. It's the only one as well. I wonder what Don Hyperion wanted to do with it. Maybe get some druids out. I love me some druids. Especially if you can target heal the protectors. Ooh, that's a big base takedown actually with 2 iron mines in there. Don did need that. Maybe Levatus can catch up a bit after all. Yeah, especially if these infantrymen get away. At the moment, busy blasting these arbalists. Oh no, the infantrymen stuck. They're stuck. So many of them went down just there. Oh, that's a disaster for Levatus. He really needed these boys to stay alive, but I don't think he gave them all the commands he needed to. Just a bunch of cute commands to walk back would have been neat. Still a level 4 Wolfguard commander. She's doing her best, but her best is not enough. Still, the humans did some admirable amounts of work here, managing to take down a bunch of the bases at the very least. And the iron mining has begun. Not down here just yet, so there's only very few iron mines at the moment. And this elven army is just absolutely terrifying. Bonkers stuff. This is the most hotly contested base. Do the elves just say it's been enough and it's time to hit the remaining human bases? If they can take over this one in front of the main, that's a pretty big play because it opens up access to the main. As I said, that's where all the billets are. Taking those down would be catastrophic for the humans. So they're gonna go for the base trade as a result of that. No messing around whatsoever. Oh man, Don Hyperion needs to protect this. His Sanctum can't out-repair that many infantrymen. He's teleporting back, but only taking half the army. Okay, they've gotten out. The humans are back to defend themselves. If you look at the overall map control, Levatus has taken over quite a little bit of the bases. This is not too bad at all. Now working on that Shrine of Growth. Space just keeps changing hands. Wait, that's a level 7 Arch Druid. Oh my god. How many points in damage does he have? Only 3? We went up to 4 deep waters. What is going on? A heal zone there for the Guardians. Looks like to me that Don Hyperion is just smashing through this army again. It was a good Earth Shatter by the Wolfguard commander, but unfortunately she's getting slowed with every strike that comes through. Whether it's from the Protectors, whether it's from the Wardens. It's a pretty significant slow. 20% for the Wardens and 33% for the Protectors. So you prefer if the Protectors do the hitting. But either way, that Wolfguard commander doesn't have an armor upgrade just yet. So she's just in her basic form. Has Earth Shatter, sure. Those knockdowns are great, but you can't commit this hero really. Taking too much damage every time she does commit. Combo Combo will finish off several infantrymen once more. Great Earth Shatter by Levatus. I mean, if anything, his micro has been pretty impeccable this game. He's doing what he can to minimize the size of Don Hyperion's army. Unfortunately, the damage is so spread out between all these units. They'll all just heal back to full, I'm afraid. Especially with some healing from the Archdruid. The Ballista have mostly made it. One of them fell. But the siege potential is still definitely here for Dawn. He's had some decent opportunity to heal his guys up as well. And I just don't see how this Wolfguard commander can change anything. The hero is dead once more. And I think Don Hyperion can do whatever he wants from here. GG is being called. And Don Hyperion will be taking game 1 with that. Very nicely done. That was some fun little multi-prong harass. I definitely liked seeing that from these guys. Hero damage from Dawn was already starting to get a little high, but honestly, Novatus did a great job mitigating that by just constantly running around with multi-prong attacks, with not blobbing up his army too much. There were a handful of really good catches though, and Don Hyperion certainly capitalized on that. Alright, let's see if we can get into the next one. I forgot to get water, man. I'm totally out. So I think I'll go get some water before the next game begins, okay? I'll need it during if it's a long one. Okay, thanks everybody for waiting. I'm now ready to be hydrated anytime the need arises. It's gonna be so good. We've got the guys in the lobby, and I think they want to pick... Well, Lovatus picks, of course. He's a player that lost. He wants to go to Hard Rock, so that's what we will do. No cross-spawn debate. And we're loading in, ladies and gentlemen, so let's kick it off with Hard Rock. Welcome to Hard Rock, ladies and gentlemen. We've got ourselves in the pink color Levatus playing as the Tree Hugger Elves. And on the other side of the map, in the orange, this is Donna Hyperion playing as the Cringe Elves. Going up north are both of them through the middle sectors. Oh god, don't forget to finish your flags, boys. Super short pause here in the beginning as I forgot to do it. We've got a triple woodcutter over here and one hunting cabin, so everything is pretty normal between these two sides. Both of the Elven factions go for that kind of build order, but you have to remember the Dark Elves actually have fewer workers from their new sectors, but they can make more sectors faster. So really, it's just the split map situation. That's what the Dark Elves don't want to get into for the longest time. Of course, once the Dark Elves start to make use of the Echo tier 3 resource, that's when things really turn around. The Elves don't have an infinite economy, whereas the Dark Elves do. So that's something to consider. Levatus is rushing up here to the north to make sure to get this Elven banner. This is more valuable base than the middle one in terms of controlling the flow of the game, as you can attack from that top side as a surprise. It's a really good connection point with this middle godstone. It comes down to it. Well, let's see if Donna Hyperion can take that away. This is upgrading. And he doesn't have the spider with him, so it may or may not work out. Already getting started on the Revenants with the base, of course. I do think this banner should be completing. Oh, look at me, I forgot the soundtrack. There we go. Shrine of Growth is up. They were not powerful enough to stop this. Maybe if he had bought some totems to begin with, that would have been nice. But for now, he can just steal some potions. That's, I think, exactly what happened. No, Donna Hyperion did buy some totems of power. And they will help him take out these Revenant warriors, it seems. That's an interesting use of the totems of power. You don't really get to see this very often. It will certainly make this process a lot faster. And maybe give Donna Hyperion an easy high level 4 at this rate. Archdruid coming over to create some chaos, but I think he doesn't want it. Might drag the Revenants into the scouting post, but that's not a problem for Donna Hyperion, who's already done here with the Revenants. That's crazy. He's also got a handful of Tarantulas, so they'll be helping him out in the middle. He's starting to make use of the Hall of Pain as well. As for the Elves, we don't yet have any actual production coming. Just a very fast tier 2. So it's pretty much free reign for the Guardian of Nor here. The Elves have lured in absolutely everybody to the Revenants. I mean, to the base. All the Revenants are here. And Donna Hyperion wants to get rid of them, get them closer to Levatus so that they hit him too. Of course, the Guardian of Nor is an absolute tank with that shield. But it's still just a basic shield. He didn't buy a better one yet. I'm sure we'll get there. Spiders managed to get these guys back to their original location. And now it is Donna Hyperion that wants to get a flag up here in supposedly Elven territory. Very nice use of that teleport to get away from these guys so he can build the Dark Ensign without getting hit too much. And that's taking down the Revenants one by one. Levatus also is, of course, working on these guys, but some of these have 65% pierce resistance, so the pierce damage base isn't doing a whole lot until the Revenant Knight is down. It's giving 15% armor to all the surrounding guys as long as he's alive. Of course, these guys aren't very resistant to magic, though. Second Hall of Pain is up for the Dark Elves. We're gonna see a handful of infiltrators out already. And once they reach higher numbers, that can really snowball fast. This Revenant Archer should be in XP range for the Guardian of Nora, especially because he's coming this way. So that should be all good. And only a handful of Revenants are left anyhow. This Dark Elf base will be helping a lot with taking them down for sure. They're getting enfeebled as well. That's a massive reduction to the damage they deal in general. And the Donna Appearance hero will almost certainly be level 5 after finishing this off. Because he stole some creeps from the other side, right? Like, normally you'd be just under level 5. But here, because he stole some, he's already there. And that means that he'll have access to Soul Shield. He'll potentially upgrade Soul Explosion as well to level 2. We're certainly about to find out, but it looks like a combo build. We've got Plague Field here for the weakening. That wasn't used because, well, you kind of rely on sacrifices, and you don't want to sacrifice early units. But against Revenants, it also wouldn't work because they're immune to weakening. And there was no significant hero fighting just yet. So yeah, he picked it up early. Didn't do much. And funnily enough, he's going more heavily on the left side with Mark of Corruption being used. That's like one of these combo spells that you can use. If you apply Enfeeble and Silence, it will do a lot more damage. If you get weakened as well from Plague Field, then it will do even more. And then you just do a debilitating blow as well while the target remains weakened. It also makes all these effect durations last longer on the targets, and it spreads it out to nearby enemies. A very, very powerful spell. I'm surprised to see no Soul Shield from Donna Hyperion, but I'm sure it's coming at with level 6 or something like that. There's a Silence immediately on the Archdruid. It's taking some pretty significant damage. There's no weakening on him. Infiltrators doing what they can to kite. And the spiders are trying to tear down the Shrine of Growth, but it is being repaired quite significantly. Man, Novatus is on like no units. He's got 2 free Guardians left. And that's it. His hero alone can clean that up. But with how many spiders Donna Hyperion is losing, is this really worth it? They're all still attacking the base, and it is out repairing their damage by far. Ooh, that teleport actually didn't cause a silence on this hero. You have to be very precise with where you cast it, but if you can do it right, the other hero basically isn't allowed to play, so it's a pretty insane ability, that teleport. Ooh. Guardians are now going down. Nice Mark of Corruption doing even more damage. Leaving only 1 Guardian now for Levatus, but the man did go tier 2, so that's looking rather good. Plenty of infiltrators around. If you can just keep spamming those, that's a pretty big play. Tier 2 is coming in. It's almost all frontier posts by now. And at some point, Levatus, or Donna Hyperion rather, will want to get the back bases, but it's probably easier to just keep the worker numbers down for Levatus and maybe kill a handful of these Guardians. He still doesn't have the more advanced armor, by the way, so that's also been a little troublesome. I think it's time for him to do that now. These guys can just sit in the middle and defend. And of course, tier 2 for Levatus did mean that Iron Mines are coming in rather high numbers. He's making great use of... Oh, that's a lot of Iron Mines, in fact. The man spent all the wood that he has, and the wood that he doesn't have as well. Wait, Don? Did you not buy... He did buy a tier 3 armor, there we go. But not much else, it's just potions. The next mission is going to be to stick to these iron mines to deny as much mining as possible. But the iron is already coming in quite a bit too. Weakening is coming through on these guardians. The spiders and the hero are doing a pretty good job to reduce their numbers. There's basically none of them left. Archer getting weakened there. Oh man, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go down. There it is. Now these infiltrators can absolutely open up on the economy. Is that what Don will do though? He's kind of undecisive between attacking the base and the workers. But now that the workers get recalled, I think... Oh wait, they don't get recalled. Just one of them is belled. Very messy game here. Okay, we finally have some protectors in. Quite a few more will be needed to really make this work. Don Hyperion is going back to shop once again. And tell you what, these elves, they do replenish workers pretty quickly, so... You know, this definitely did do damage, but it's manageable. Got a fortified outpost here, here, here. Double Spires of Souls is coming up. And a bunch of sleepers are now being trained as well. Slowly but surely they're getting added to the pool of units. Question in the chat, do we get modded Monday? Absolutely. I saw you made a new dwarf hero, Fallen, so I'm very excited to check that out tomorrow. Hell, maybe next time we do the Showmatch Sunday, we can run with the new heroes. That could be cool. Wait, that's another hero takedown here for Don Hyperion. Is kind of running away with this game. It's very similar actually to the previous one where he has more bases. He just keeps killing the units. He's up in level significantly. Levatus needs to somehow take initiative, and I'm not sure he'll be able to in this game at all. It might be just a next game problem for him to figure out. Especially with the Guardians getting taken down and the Guardian of Nor now having the Soul Shield. He's not really scared of the little incoming damage. As long as he can tank it himself, that's totally fine. Just deals so much damage. Protector will be torn down there. More Halls of Pain getting added. There will be a lot of pain here. How are we doing with the levels actually for Levatus? He's approaching level 5, but he got plenty of work to do. So picking off a handful of these Dark Elf workers wouldn't be the worst idea. It's basically free to do it. Don Hyperion isn't here especially. He's taking even more potions now. Still got 3 more to go with. Plenty of harvesters joining the fight. I think he's trying to upgrade Rolling Blades for the sleepers. He even has a refinery to upgrade his resource income. And in terms of Halls of Pain, he has 4 of them. For Levatus, we've got 5 groves, so he should be able to outproduce Don Hyperion in the short to mid-term. But we'll see. I'm sure Don Hyperion will add more production himself as he upgrades into border fortresses and gets more echo. The protectors have their upgrade in, so they can now do AoE damage. But it seems the Dark Elves just keep bullying them. Plenty of spiders are going down, however, so at some point they will be completely gone, and then the elves can open up. Sleepers, for the most part, are holding on here. Archer actually achieves level 5 finally. Let's see what gets picked up there. Maybe a Vombo combo. Soul Shield is in for the Guardian of Nord, but yeah, there is a Vombo combo. Or not. Never gets detonated there. Lots of Echo getting taken home by the Dark Elves, but at least their army got their butts kicked. We'll see how much that Echo will be worth. It will definitely mean that we get upgraded Sleepers. Their AoE is not in just yet, I think. Oh, it is actually, it is. There's not many Sleepers just yet, though. Border Fortress is a huge help here. So first off, these Protectors don't resist magical damage. So they're taking the full brunt of those attacks. And secondly, it's just very strong for this tier 2 environment, right? Especially with the Guardian of Nord adding in Weakening and Enfeebled and all that. So a lot of status effects to worry about. Also, Bleeding doesn't get resisted, which the Sleepers are providing. Now we'll see though if Levatus can take down an entire border fortress. He certainly has the units for it. And you know what? This Guardian of Nord is actually kind of on the struggle bus in terms of health. It's starting to look pretty good for our elves. Maybe the Sleepers can help out a little or something. The border fortress also is not being repaired, which is definitely a rather large mistake here. That one is going down, and with that, Levatus can take over. Maybe this game isn't too far gone for him at all. He's got 100 population versus just 33 from Dawn. So yeah, Dawn really needs to figure this out. Maybe he can hold the next border fortress, but this is definitely some ground to gain for the elves. Very nicely done. For now, it's just more infiltrators and spiders. I mean, they're okay, but if you have too many protectors in the army, they just mow them down, don't they? So hopefully we'll see Don Hyperion fight back a little so that we can get some late game action in this one. Especially with him now looking at these back bases again, but he didn't capture all of them. There's still 2 more to get, which actually Levatus did look at. So he's economically ahead right now, despite all these border fortresses being up. Now the border fortress getting taken down. There's no reaction at all from the Dark Elves. They're just running away. So Levatus has more than half of the map with these 2 middle sectors secured, and Dawn doesn't have these 2. And even this is just a flag for now. Levatus can just keep pumping. He's got 1 million resources. He'll be 200 population of protectors and wardens pretty much. There's a good amount of guardians in there still, I suppose, but they can deliver more than enough damage, as well as he's tier 3. That's a pretty big deal. Starting to get Lenya now. And if those protectors go for their tier 3 upgrades, well, I don't think the Dark Elves can handle that. Guardian of Nord doing okay there. Taking the Archer out of the equation for a moment, but he's also taking so much damage there, and the Vombo combo is clearing out some of the Dark Elves. Definitely health-wise, these units are not in good shape population-wise. Levatus has dropped a lot as these Sleepers engage, but the strong, important units did get maintained, and Levatus equalizes the series 1-1. Very nicely done. Great comeback from a very bullied early game. That could have gone very, very differently if Don Hyperion manages to keep sniping new units. And if he has those extra bases, but Levatus just patient, knowing that he has more sectors. I think he did a great job there. Yeah, man, you got more stuff. You got more stuff. What can I say? Oh, I don't think I said hi to Solex and Bargmaps. Welcome. Good to see you all. Hope you're all having a good time. Okay, viewers pick map. If Don Hyperion agrees. Leonider Heathlands. Let's go. That should be something. Playing on a 3v3 map with just 2 players. Sounds good to me. Oh my god, they're doing it. Unbelievable. Oh boy. I don't have a map intro for this one. At some point I'll make one. Resource abundance is going to be at 1x. So this might be a very long game. Prepare yourselves. Well, we've never done anything like this in a show match or cast, so I'm curious how this will go. What? That's not what I expected to see. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 1v1 game on a 3v3 map. We've never done this before. So I'm really curious about how these guys will work it out. Leonider Heathlands is the map. And in the pink color, this is Levatus playing as the dwarfs. Going with the Hierophant. And on the other side, also going as the dwarves. By the way, they were both playing random, so this is purely by chance. This is also a Don Hyperion Hierophant gamer. Now, this 3v3 map starts with 2 simple creeps in your main base already. And they're gonna be taking both on, I would say. No, never mind. Levatus actually hurries up to get to the middle. Mole Rider scouting ahead, of course. I'm really surprised not to see the Warrior of the Depths in this one. There's going to be bears on both flanks of the players. And then there's another, essentially, a player base following that. But here in the middle, you've got all sorts of Scorching Wyverns. With one of them missing, actually. And the Inferno Golem. So, there's more than enough experience here for both players. At some point, you just literally get gold from these, rather than XP in a 1v1. Even in a team game, it's relatively easy to get level 10. It's very epic with all these huge archways that are bigger than your mom. Which means she can fit. But yeah, the map certainly feels larger than life in many spots. Love it when flying units go over these parts. Oh wait, there's a... Is there actually something in there? I never noticed that. Treasure box? Interesting. I suppose it's empty, right? Oh, also, all these central bases have godstones, so it's very difficult to dislodge the players. They're completely avoiding each other for now. There's also going to be plenty of Tainted Obelisks, so as long as the game goes as late as I suspect it will, we should be seeing Titan versus Titan wars. Here comes some additional sectors. This one's pretty valuable with iron and moon silver in it, both of them. Levato's got the matching one on the other side. They're just completely avoiding each other. This is crazy. Very low level heroes as well for like 3 minutes. You know, dwarves don't actually need that many flags in the early game. So I'm a little surprised they don't fight. Because they can't upgrade the flags anyhow. Those are kind of like trolls in that way. They like to go tall. And I'm a little worried they might be getting too many flags for themselves here. There's no axe wielder production even. Is Levatus making any? Yeah, he is. Levatus is. I think Don Hyperion would have gone for... No, he also went for double hunting cabin. What? Stonecutter and Charburner. Char is definitely a weak point of the dwarves. They typically don't go for too many of those buildings in the early game. So if you can shut it down like this, that's a pretty big deal. Levatus also has a weapon upgrade already. Picking up that tier 3 weapon early on. Should make for some decent worker harassment. Could punish Don Hyperion for overextending here. If he doesn't go and deal with it. He also has the worst weapon, so... he wouldn't be able to defend this that well, to be honest. Several dwarves getting killed. He's got the fire totem with him, of course. That's a summon he can do anytime he likes. Neat little knockdown here by Don Hyperion. But he certainly has to make do with his basic tier 1 weapon. These axe wielders just doing what they can. Levato's happy to target down the workers instead of anything else. They are upgraded for health, to be fair. But man, they're just dropping left and right. This is nuts. Wow, he did so much damage here. Killed many. Oh! The kill coming through is very hot indeed. Considering Don Hyperion didn't lose any axe wielders, he can now go for potentially one of these scorching wyverns. I'd be surprised if he didn't. He's got a scouting post to help him. A bunch of axe wielders, of course. Yeah, I would go for it. Got a very quick level 6. And do what he can from there. Ooh, that axe wielder got the full brunt of it. Gonna bleed a little too. Wait, why is this one causing bleeding instead of burning? That is so weird. But anyway, we've got 4 axe wielders on the job. Levatus is still looking for some action, but his hero is actually really low level. So Don Hyperion has a massive advantage. He can maybe even work his way up to level 10 very quickly, to be honest. As he gets out additional axe wielders. Stone halls are getting pumped up as well. Slowly. Did remember to unbell that. Scorching Wyvern is down, but 2 of the axe wielders have died for this. Don Hyperion reaches level 5 and he obtained the focus ring from that monster. We'll definitely be picking barrage and scattershot ammunition, I'm assuming. As far as Levatus goes, he's still working around the outskirts, picking off some of these bandits, and more sectors are getting built up by him. He's controlling a lot of the middle, so good job there. Don Hyperion doesn't seem to have as many sectors, which is very understandable given how many of his workers died in the main. That early stone is very important, and Levatus might just be running away in terms of the economy already. Tier 2 should be a consideration for him. Already got a level 4 hero. And if he can just go for the bear next, it's really all he needs. Can he afford the armor? It's 5 grand, so I doubt it. Now he's gonna buy weakening pots. Yep. Yeah, we're not going for the bear, we're going for the scorching wyvern. In fact, Don Hyperion is gonna take it a little easier, picking up some of these extra sectors and then going for the bear supposedly. But these guys just going for the wyvern right away. Definitely gotta keep your eye on this, otherwise your axe wielders get scorched hard. One down. Another weakening orb going through. It's a 30% weakening, reducing the armor a lot, especially strike resist gets very low, as these wyverns don't have a lot of that anyway. Another heat blast is coming through, but it's going down, and Levatus also has level 5 now, so there's no significant disadvantage in any way. Going for another scorching wyvern, and he does have another pot, remember. Ooh, barrage doing quite a little bit of damage to this one, but it will get its revenge on some of these weaker axe wielders as well as a sentry. If he snipes one more of these axe wielders, that's actually a really big deal. Levatus does pull back. Oh, he loses him. But that's another dead wyvern right there. And Levatus has now level 6 achieved. Has a 250 health ring, a ring of nullification. So yeah, pretty tanky hero right there. And Don Hyperion is finally getting going with this one. Ooh, kind of eats that. Flame breath. Scorching wyvern is very surrounded, however, so won't last very long. Levatus is going for yet another one. There's just no early fighting whatsoever, other than that little bit of worker harassment that we've seen. Very interesting setup. Just 11 minutes of relative peace, except for the poor workers. Should be level 7 versus level 7, right? Shielding amulet, man. Levatus is very lucky here, getting exactly one of each item type. So his slots are fully utilized. He's got brute force level 5 unlocked already and has 9,000 gold in the bank. So Don Hyperion, he did not get an amulet. I'm assuming he got the ring twice, because he also killed 3 of these, right? No, he only killed 2 of them, excuse me. That's why he has 2 rings. His skill distribution is a little different. He got kill shot level 2, which is a lot more damage than level 1, and also includes a slowing effect. Ooh, the Inferno Golem is a... It's definitely a big unit to go after at such an early point in the game. And this is giving Don Hyperion an opportunity now to take down those units. He also got his armor and the level 3 weapon. So taking the direct fight with Levatus, I think now is the way to go, in fact. Knocks down his hero, and the barrage doing a lot to the pink units. A lot of them have already died, and Don Hyperion's Earthshaper spam has kicked off in earnest as well. Population-wise, he's 86 to 22. Levatus is certainly on the struggle bus and will be losing some of these frontier posts. Meanwhile, the Inferno Golem is getting weakened, yes, but as long as Don Hyperion can pick off that Hierophant hero, should be all good. Then he can take over the Inferno Golem. That's a lot of dead workers there, by the way. Ooh, Don, are you gonna... It's fortified outpost now, got some health back right there. But that is now down. Doesn't look so good for Levatus, you guys. Ooh, that was a great barrage though. Look at all those activators just died. Nasty stuff. Hierophant is knocked down, and there's a kill shot. Ooh, Stonepole should be upgrading from here. The Inferno Golem is ready to be stolen if Don Hyperion wants to go for it. It's there for the taking right now. Steal the item from that thing. It might be Noria's command, which is the amulet that gives you a ton of extra damage. 25% if I recall. And once you're at such high level as level 8, it's just a huge addition to your existing brute force. You'll be basically melting through the basic units. Okay, Inferno Golem is at 570 health. It will be going down very, very soon. I think Don Hyperion forgot about it. But now he can't forget about it if it's right in front of him, right? However, Levatus's hero is back. So now this has to be dealt with. Either way, he gets the XP. Vast majority of it. He's level 9 as a result. Ooh, gets a huge barrage off on Don Hyperion's army. He's got a decent army himself. But is it going to be enough as his own army gets barraged? Very equal in population between these two guys. I think whoever has the more Earth Shapers will do better here. And it seems to be Levatus. With the higher level hero as well. With a full wheel of brute force and concentration as well. Oh my goodness. The only thing he lacks is kill shot 2, honestly. His barrage can do 224 damage at the moment. Whereas that of Don Hyperion's does only 196. So pretty big difference there. But Don Hyperion is tier 3. He's bringing in the first of the Berserkers. If he just pulls back from this fight, I think he can build up those numbers very easily. Comes the shotgun. Maybe, maybe not. Berserker count is rapidly increasing. But for now it's manageable. Barrage coming through the army there. I think Dawn finally has the situation under control. And the Levatus is still spamming more. He does seem to have more sectors around the map. So once he hits tier 3 himself, which he's working on, he should be able to make use of all the iron he's gathering. Not in this space. A little here. It's none here either. What is going on? Aha! He's working on it on that side. Upgrading even more sectors for the additional resources. There's a lot of moon silver here in the corner. Ditto for Dawn. At some point, I'm sure you'll get around to it. But for now, he's getting the border fortresses in the middle. He really wants to hold on to these bases and maybe dislodge Levatus from this one. But easier said than done by far. Alright, how many Berserkers did he put together? Not enough to really make a big difference. It's not nothing though. Okay, Barrage comes through. Kill Shot comes through. Slowing down his High Hierophant a lot, actually. Can he get the kill? Yes. Yes, he did. Level 9 High Hierophant now for Don Hyperion as well. He forgot to repair the base. Fortified Outpost is down. It's a big problem for sure. But he does have all these Berserkers. Can he make a difference with them? He's getting the protective shield for the Earthshapers just now. There's resources on this map forever. Although the rocks are starting to run out in the main of Don Hyperion's, he already recycled one of the stonecutters. And he's gotten the Moon Silver Smeltery here, the workshop. So as the remainder gets mined out, he will just probably get more food in that base. He does have quite a bit of stone, so more buildings. Never a bad idea. Levatus just has more sectors to play with, really. So that is something to consider. So many Berserkers here, but they're all kind of stuck, not attacking. That isn't ideal in any way. Ooh, a weakening potion coming down, but here comes the shot from the Berserkers. They have 210 attack all of a sudden, and the Hierophant's Barrage also did a massive amount of damage. This is now a border fortress, however, so it's going to be very difficult to take down, and Don Hyperion does take a hike for now. There's basically no more big creeps left. But do these guys actually have gold to spend? Looks like this High Hierophant of Levatus's has gotten 4 weakening orbs. And Don actually bought the Noria's command in the shop. He also got himself a Ring of Serenity for some extra focus regen. And upgraded all the concentration perks. So his cooldowns are going to be a lot faster now. Got the Borzor course on the job. Levatus does as well now. That's a pretty good army. He's got 168 pop against 128. So far, so good. Levatus is ahead by pretty much all metrics in this one. Let's see if level 9 came with an upgrade for kill shot. No, level 10 should, or the potions that he gets later should. It's definitely a really good skill upgrade. Berserkers are ready to berserk. Ooh, the magic damage is coming in. And these Berserkers don't resist magic, so there is a resistance difference there for sure. Speaking of resistance differences, the activated Earthshaper shields are also contributing a lot. Mostly offsetting this weakening from the orb. But Levatus does have those toys as well. Just doesn't have the magic weapons yet for the Berserkers, but I'm sure it's coming soon. Another weakening pod getting used on. Trying to get out of the way for now, but he's losing a handful of units as they pass through here. Levatus has managed to climb in population at least a little bit. Don kind of keeping static, but hey, he has so many Berserkers, he might just be fine. We're starting to add Pyromancers though. That AoE damage will be a huge difference maker, but so is Levatus. Both of these guys know exactly what it is they need to do. Mad Hat in the chat says finally the maximum amount of dwarven deaths possible. Oh my god. Well, Don is still on the struggle bus here in terms of population. As good as all those Berserkers are for him, he's kind of equalized the situation, but at what cost? He lost all these Berserkers, man. Still has some, I suppose. Let's see if it's going to be worth it. The High Hierophant actually has a helmet here on Don Hierophant. Well, that's his name now. That's it. It's official. Don Hierophant. That Berserker nearly went down. 18 health, gets away. What a lucky guy. Pyromancer numbers are growing here. So if Levatus can't do the same, he's gonna be on the struggle bus. Some balloons might be in order to snipe those bad boys. I think Dawn can fight this, to be honest. He's down in population a little bit, yes, but it's okay as long as he targets those Pyromancers into the clumps. He's all good. Or maybe not. I don't know, Levatus is kinda doing okay. Wait, he just lost everything. What is happening? He's down to 100 population. Okay, the Pyromancers are doing much more than I thought. And especially now with the Earthshaper shields disappearing and no frontline remaining, these weaker resistance units are not going to go very far. Even the Hierophant hero is going to go down. Don Hyperion just absolutely giga-chatting this one. He's got Fire Golems now added in as well, so he would be able to break through the border fortresses in the long term. Oh, he's going up north? What's he doing here? Shopping? I think he is shopping. Neither player has a population advantage, really. A tiny one for Levatus, I guess, but his army isn't looking so good. Dawn just has a more complete one, it feels. Go to the next shop. Buying 10 potions, holy cow. Yeah, these 3v3 maps just keep giving like that. I'm gonna buy some focus pots as well, just in case. Okay, no more shopping. That's enough. Almost 5k in the bank for Levatus, so he could buy a helmet, he could buy additional pots as well, if he wants to. But he's 200 population, so he's gonna make a move any moment now. Do expect it. Dawn, on the other hand, will need to defend that with just 169 pop. Now, these Pyromancers are going to be a huge issue to engage, especially if you teleport in like that. You're very clumped up. And there's a lot of units scrambling all around the map. Don Hyperion, I think, is gonna lose this fight very badly, in fact. Oh boy, it's not looking good, definitely not. Granted, he's doing some damage himself, it's just not a lot. Not nearly enough. The Pyromancer is tearing through what remains of Don Hyperion's army, and trying to replace this with a trickle one by one is not going to work. We've got level 10 for the Hierophant hero of Levatus's. Somehow, some way, by splitting up the damage of these guys, Don Hyperion made a comeback. I have no idea how this happened, but it did. We've got an empowered Fire Golem also taking down the flag. So at least Levatus won't be claiming the territory, but still, he's got more of an economy behind this. He's got more of a pump behind this. And I do think he's gonna make it through to rebuild a stone pole and then take down all these buildings. Take all of the resources of Don Hyperion that are getting dropped as a result. And just keep the snowball going, honestly. There's so many border fortresses all over the map for Levatus. I just don't think anything can stop him at this point. He's too powerful. Iron will be running low, but he just took over a juicy iron sector. What is happening out here in the moat? Never see any fighting in the moat. It's very pretty though. I mean, there's nothing really to do out here in the moat. I guess you could just go around the wall and pop in as a surprise, but it's just a long way around. But just pushing in very, very hard at 200 population. Just kind of stomping through everything in his way. Don Hyperion desperately holding on to dear life. That's all he's got left. I think he's gonna have to start thinking about next game, to be honest. Unless he can work a miracle here. Fire Golem's doing their... What? What did you happen? Hello there. You got the spirit of the mountain. Okay, Levatus really wants to put the nail in the coffin and he'll ram it in. The big stomp will be wiping out these buildings in no time. He's got 139 population against just 50. I'm gonna blast through this base without any problems. There's significant siege damage from this boy. Base won't last long at this point. It's a lot of dwarves. So many deaths. Levatus owns the entirety of the middle now. And I don't think Don Hyperion will be able to get a Tainted Obelisk up and running there. So from here this should be quite one-sided. There's 2 important sectors remaining. Take this and then straight shot to the main. And Don has to respect that he has to come over and try to stop it, because if he doesn't, well, these guys just get a free win here. This is his best chance. But now all the units are buffed and more armor, more damage, more attack speed. It's crazy. Our Hierophant gets knocked down. The Spirit of the Mountain already did a lot of the building damage that he needed to do. And tanking a lot against this crew as well. He's getting shot really to bits. But chilling in the armored zone of the Earthshaper shields, he can do this all day. Border Fortress is kind of getting wrecked there. And Don just really can't get much over 50 population after these fights. Finally loses a hero as well. And that will probably be game from here. Levatus has got a massive pump behind this. More Berserkers and Pyromancers. He's got resources for days. And I think Don Hyperion is about to give up there, as you can see on the left. The last of his buildings getting destroyed. Levatus is just taking it slow. He wants the resources for some reason. I think he already has enough stone. But GG is going to be called, and with that, Levatus is now up 2-1. I think we've got a series, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a series here. We're going to 5 games, definitely, as the prophecy has foretold. 160k damage from Don Hyperion's hero. He's certainly spec'd very well. But in the end, Levatus just outpaced him a little bit. And especially in terms of sector counts, like look at these extra buildings that he was able to build. 94 buildings at the end there. Oh my goodness. Brutal. But such is life. The strongest survives. And the weak gets taken from. Yeah, that was actually pretty fast for what this was. I agree. Well, it's gonna be Don Hyperion's next choice, I think. Not enough dead stunties. It could have been more, to be fair. We could have had a Titan versus Titan 1 hour game, at the very least. And with how many resources that map has, even more, to be honest. Should be possible. You're hoping for an Orc Mirror now. Oh boy. I prefer not having mirror matches personally, but hey, the guys are going in random, anything can happen. Even Orc Mirror. And they're the boss of what happens. Alright, the next lobby is gonna be up. Let's see what map they want. They're going to rematch here. I think it's a viewers choose the next map situation, right? Could that be the case? I think Lovatus wants Empyrean Toast. We'll see if he sticks to it. Yeah, I think they're doing it. Empyrean Toast, random race. Oh, thanks to New in Town for the follow there earlier. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. I tried to do something for SpellForce every now and then. It's been fun. All right, let's go to Empyrean Toast. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are here on Empyrean Coast, and Lovatus in the pink color is going to be Dark Elves. This is from a random pick, so anything could have happened, but we've got ourselves some mirror with Don Hyperion in the orange also getting that. The first flag isn't getting skipped for Lovatus, and he's paying the heavy price as Don Hyperion takes the center flag, upgrades it immediately. And this will secure the Medusa more or less. He's also teleporting to the other side very rapidly. heading towards the middle. This is like the standard pathing you should go for. Just skip these guys and everything should be Gucci. But hey, with Don Hyperion actually not trying to get the other middle base, the Guardian Noir of Levatuses will get there first. So that's that. The spider will slow this down slightly. So there's like a moment that he gains from this, but he won't be there to stop the flag from being made. Not in the slightest. Woodcutter is going to be very close to the Medusa, so if they get pissed off, they will attack them, definitely. Spectre here to try to slow down the Guardian of Noir. I'm surprised that actually neither player went for the Reaper. The Reaper is very good here because you can just double weaken all these creeps. It's a Storm Wyvern and an Inferno Golem on the sides. There's a lot you can do with that. Of course, the Guardian of Noir also is a really good hero, but I think I just like the Reaper here as well because of the Blood Shower. Some really potent stuff. The Hyperion gets the middle for now, as Levatus will be looking around the sides, even going to the back. Yeah, as predicted, the Medusa do get pissed off, and they're now going after the Woodcutter. These are neutral Medusas, so you actually have to attack them, and I think Levatus would have sent someone out there. Storm Wyvern gonna be worked on by the scouting post for a long time. Oh! She's free. Well, this spirit slavery by the Dark Elves cannot stand. Don't yet see a Hall of Pain from either side. Oh, well, no, there it is. Just on time. Dawn will be teleporting forward to take on the Medusa now. That way the Woodcutters can hopefully work, more or less. Yeah, that Medusa Stalker really has it out for them. Eventually the Guardian Noir will bonk them real good and get to the higher levels. Vatus already has a level 3. Getting quite a bunch of the workers here. We'll be teleporting out. Is he actually trying to go for the Inferno Golem? That's insanity. There's no way he can do that. With just a handful of units, that's never gonna work. This thing's too strong. You can't make a base here. He will bonk it. And meanwhile, Don Hyperion is gonna be ready to party with the Storm Wyvern. He'll achieve level 5. Oh wow, he's actually going for it. Try to lure away the Inferno Golem there. Bunch of infiltrators will join the fight, but I mean, it will take a while to knock this thing down. Even with the base's support. Okay, Don Hyperion has a bunch of tarantulas. I still don't see a... Where's the Hall of Pain? Wow, we're going all eco. Oh no, this is a spot where this very frequently happens. His carriers are broken. He won't be delivering the wood there. It's very unfortunate indeed. Quick shopping run there with the merchant. Looks like the tier 3 armor has been picked. Nice, going for the Storm Wyvern, who immediately zaps his Tarantula. Scouting post doing its best to tear down this golem at least a little bit in terms of health. But we'll need some support because, well, even with repair, this Inferno Golem just does so much damage to this thing. Guardian of Nord doing some good work on the Stone Wyvern. It's nearly down. Levatus did come back as well to deal with the Inferno Golem. There's going to be more leveling from this than there will be from the Wyvern. But as long as Don Hyperion just adds some archers to his own army, he should be good. But he really needs to fix his woodcutter. Put it anywhere else, literally. Put it here. And it will likely be built. But I don't think he's noticing it. It's so important in SpellForce to just keep checking your bases to see if your buildings actually came up. This has got to be sus, but you can't always tell. You're microing a hero against a dangerous creep, right? So ain't nobody got time to always look around. Bear in mind, Levatus did not go for the Medusa just yet, so he's also just going to be level 5 from this. But he did manage to take down the Inferno Golem. It took like 3 minutes though. Level 5 is done. He's got a tier 2 armor. He's got the Amulet of Omnipotence as well. And 4 ability points ready to be spent on level 5 stuff. He's nearly level 6 still. So that's really not bad. But Dawn can't do any pressure there, that's for sure. Oh no, that woodcutter is just ruining his game. Imagine how much wood he would have if that just worked. Levatus doesn't have any problems, he's already tier 2. In terms of skills, Levatus seems to have picked up Mark of Corruption and Soul Transformation 2, so he can spread some silencing. Then use Mark of Corruption to proliferate some stuff. Soul Shield and Mark of Corruption have been picked by Don Hyperion, but he doesn't have Soul Transformation 2 just yet. I'm sure he'll get around to it though. Maybe he can steal some Medusa. In terms of levels, Levatus is quite ahead. What item did Dawn get? Looks like a Ring of Nullification, so some extra armor there for him. Woodcutter gets destroyed. Very annoying for Dawn to deal with because, well, he finally got his Woodcutter build. Oh, thankful for that. That's gonna take a huge weight off his shoulders. Really getting to work there on the fortified outpost. He's trying to become a border fortress, and if Levatus comes back to defend it, that's gonna be just fine. Ooh, the silence coming through. Whoever does that first is in a pretty good spot. That being Levatus just now. You know, sacrifice coming through to deliver some weakening onto these orange units. Don Hyperion has to leave in the end. There's too much stuff here for Levatus. And nobody managed to actually bother this Inferno Golem just yet. There's also the Medusa, of course, which Levatus would love to go for, but he has to do something about Don Hyperion first, maybe. No, never mind. He leaves by himself. That's great news for Levatus. He can achieve level 5 real quick here. Excuse me, level 6. Plenty of potions now to add. Of course, the skills, Levatus, please. No, please, please. The pots. Please don't leave. He's leaving. He out of there. Oh god. Well, I hope he teleports back to deal with it at some point. This scouting post is now coming up very slowly. Spider gets knocked down pretty badly there. And Dawn is looking for some counter pressure maybe on the other side, but there will be some time until he gets around to it. Is this sector actually just gonna upgrade before he even has to engage the Inferno Golem? That's pretty good. But here comes Dawn, ready to create some serious pressure. There's not that many units here for Levatus. He kinda has to hurry up with this. This is a very unupgraded base, very easy to get rid of. I think Dawn Hyperion will get that down. Yeah, Levatus probably just wants to focus on the Inferno Golem and prioritize this job in general. The spiders are gonna get it though. Oh god, oh god, oh. So much damage coming through. They're just gonna take it. I guess some echo will be generated from this. But at the same time, his base is getting destroyed on that side. Let's see what item he gets out of it though. An amulet. No, a ring, sorry. It's the focus ring. Ring of Serenity, 0.5 extra focus per second is in fact a very big improvement there. Probably never has to upgrade that again. And we're back home now. Still having to chase Dawn around, but the base should hold for long enough for Levatus to get around. He can also destroy the Dark Ensign. I'm surprised he didn't teleport onto the woodcutter there. But I guess the hero wanted to go shopping anyhow, so that's what he's going to be doing. Tier 3 armor is getting bought, as well as some potions. I'm just surprised he didn't actually wait to sell these to get shield upgraded as well. But that's what you get. Oh, the scouting post with Dawn actually upgrades in time. Border Fortress is under attack and not getting repaired. Levatus is spending a lot of resources on all sorts of buildings. And Dawn actually does want to engage here, as he hopes to save the scouting post there, which might turn into a frontier post if given enough time. Well, Levatus has to peel off quite a few units to run away. But now the fight is on. Dawn is having to deal with a level 8 hero. This is gonna be hard no matter what. Ooh, we've got the Mark of Corruption coming through, and the next volley of arrows through all that weakening easily snipes the hero. I think Levatus is in a great spot here, especially with this high number of sleepers coming into the fight. They're just not something that spiders can handle at all, and even the infiltrators don't deal any real damage to them. We've got a neat soul harvest here as well, so the sleeper upgrade, excuse me, won't be far out. At that point, they will attack 3 targets at once. Some pretty significant business. Levatus once again owns the majority of the map. Has an extra sector over Dawn Hyperion. Even though his sectors are not quite as upgraded just yet. He'll get around to it. It's not like the higher tier sectors give you more workers. Each of the upgrades gives you 3. A little soul harvest there. Dawn has his hero back, but this is going to be hard to make work. Once again, we've got the Mark of Corruption coming through, doing quite a bit of damage there. But Dawn doesn't take the fight this time. Levatus does have his sleepers upgraded, pumping from 4 buildings. Not the case yet for Dawn Hyperion, only pumping from 4 buildings as well. Wow. Levatus' army just absolutely melted the spider front line. He still has some of it in place for himself. So you can just keep going here. And that Guardian of North certainly didn't like it. Don Hyperion just kind of falling behind here. Ay, 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 ay. So much echo coming through here. Just keeps going. Holy. Or unholy. Well, Don is doing his best to try to stay alive. He's fighting under his border fortress. That will certainly help him a lot. But Levatus is coming for that biz. He still has Solar Explosion 1 and not 2. That's definitely one thing to upgrade as soon as possible. But he did upgrade Plague Field 2. He does have Soul Shield now as well. And I'm assuming a good wheel of Brute Force. Halfway in play now. Don does have 2 points available, so he can make something happen with that if he wants to. Level 6. His hero can certainly do something, but is it enough? Is the real question. About just picking off infiltrators one at a time. 84 population has 49. Once again gets a hero kill and level 9 is achieved. Oh my. It's gonna be difficult to break through the border fortress, but certainly not impossible. The lockup units aren't that healthy. Even the sleepers at 1250 hit points. The border fortress is a tough nut to crack, definitely, but you can handle it. Many echoes getting captured by both players after this fight. I think it's time for some siege. The armies are staying relatively small here for both sides. You know what? Actually, Levatus is losing a lot of units. He's overstaying his welcome, I think. He got the hero kill. That was good enough. Time to get out of here. Ooh, Saylok is in the chat. Good to see you again. No, there weren't any changes since you last played. Well, there's some mods being made, some new maps and whatnot, but the balance is the same. You played on the latest patch. Some resources here to pick up. Levatus tried to make some extra barracks there, but now he's upgrading into border fortresses everywhere. Don Hyperion already did that step. Once Levatus does as well, he'll definitely have a bigger economy. Already has all this extra echo, which he should absolutely look to spend, but because he only has Halls of Pain, he can't. Tier 3 will help a little bit. But some balls of steel are absolutely justified in these situations. Don Hyperion is not looking for tier 3 right now. He's getting refinery upgrades, which will help a little bit, of course. That might be a huge takedown if Don Hyperion actually succeeds. He has a Basilisk Scout, which is a great addition to this. But sleepers are trying to get on top. Let's see if they get surrounded enough here by the other units. So far, not. Levatus's hero gets in there. He saves his border fortress with Don Hyperion having to leave. Oof, he's just on 40-something population. Levatus remains above 107. It's looking good. And he takes all the echo as his prize. Bear in mind, this Basilisk isn't gonna be doing a lot of damage to the units. So it might be imposing, but siege damage gets very resisted by your units in general. We've got some balls of steel now heading into the fight. But a lot more of that will be needed. If Don Hyperion wants to hold on to the alive. You have to remember, even if it knocks down people, it actually needs to get those kills because, well, Levatus' army is just bigger. So let's see if we can get that done. With some weakening, it should be possible. But now Levatus is working on his final border fortress. He's getting his Dark Temples out. Then he can have Balls of Steel too. What happens when Balls of Steel connect with Balls of Steel? They kill each other. That's what happens. So one Ball of Steel can destroy a lot. That's not an interaction we see a lot in this game. Tier 3 is now done for Levatus. And he'll be able to add in some of the tier 3 units, like the twisted ones are already coming. No Balls of Steel for him, interestingly. Even just getting like 2 or 3 would be really nice, because you would be able to eliminate those of Don Hyperions with some good micro. But hey, if he runs them into the buildings by accident, which happens very easily, oh god. Yeah, he's fixing it, but the base will snipe it. Oh man, that's so annoying. Spent all this time to get them. And there comes a counter attack. Really good surround with these sleepers on the base. And at this point, Dark Elves don't super need heavy siege at all. This is another base that's heavily working on the business. But I think this is going to be a trade. Dawn will have to teleport to protect himself, but is it really worth it? Well, I think so, because he's got 3 Spires of Souls here, and he won't be able to rebuild them. He literally doesn't have the stone for it. He's trying to get tier 3 at the same time on his base. But man, if Levatus takes over all these Spires of Souls, that's a disaster for Don Hyperion, definitely. Gonna have to deal with all these twisted ones. If they focus Don Hyperion's hero, it will lose all its focus. And then you can't cast abilities. It's pretty brutal when it comes to that. Also, they all work together very nicely with sleepers once they're upgraded themselves, which is done. So they'll be weakening targets once they're bleeding, if they shoot it. Well, there comes the army. Ball of Steel is doing some damage, but the knockdown upgrade isn't in yet. Hero gets absolutely sniped after getting weakened and silenced. And that's probably going to be it, as Levatus just has a better army. He's got more sleepers, and all that AoE is just doing so much work. He wins the best of 5 with that. 3-1, ladies and gentlemen. Levatus just super strong, but Don Hyperion can certainly give him a run for his money. He did in the last bunch of show matches, certainly. So between these guys, it's always a very exciting series, in my opinion. Always glad to cast them. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you're watching this later on YouTube, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it helps push the content to others a lot. And I want as many people as possible to see how cool SpellForce is, so your help is needed for that. Thanks very much. And if you're here live, then you can also like the live stream. That helps with the same situation. You can subscribe as well. You can follow the Twitch. It's all very, very helpful. Random hates you. It was nice to see some mirrors for once. Like, we don't really get them, because I think people don't want to play them anyway. Alright guys, I am very exhausted today. I've had a very long week. So I'll be calling it and just move on into the sponsored segment real quick. And then I'll make that a very short one as well, to be honest, I think, today. So we've got Roblox sponsoring the stream for basically the next week. And all you would, not only I am exhausted, yeah. All you would need to do with that is to actually play for 15 minutes on a mobile device. Do like 16, please, just to make sure that it works. And yeah, that's all that would be. For the next session, I'll be looking for maybe 2 or 3 people joining me as well for that sponsored segment. I would really appreciate it, as there's an additional reward for that. But yeah, let's take a look at it if I can. Maybe I can't. I think I might have to do this next time because I'm having a glitch where it doesn't start. So hold up, let me see if I can just restart my emulator here. But if it doesn't work, then I'll have to find some kind of fix and do it the next time. I mean, I'll do it throughout the week, so that's okay. Is it hard to get into the game? What, in terms of modding? All you would need to... Oh, the mod. Oh. All you gotta do is just click subscribe on the Steam Workshop. And then in-game, you have a checkbox to turn it on or off. That's it. That's all it needs. Alright, what is going on here? I think I have a compatibility problem with Roblox, so I'm not going to do it in today's stream. I'm gonna fix it locally and then see where I get with that. Okay, guys? Well, thank you very much for watching today. I really appreciate you. We'll do the sponsor segment another time. But you can use my link already to get into it, and just 15 minutes of game time isn't much at all, so, you know, very much appreciate any help there. We're going to be hosting Meta Place. Ovali is currently streaming. It looks like the finals already, so it's not going to be a long one there, supposedly. You guys go hop in there. And yeah, if you want to find matches in SpellForce, join my Discord. All the links are in the About section. Alright, gamers, thanks very much. I'll see you tomorrow with some modded gameplay. New heroes, supposedly.